go.
Oh. And item 1, Kerry, is where are we at with the getting back online?
Okay, we are back online. If you type in the URL, you'll get just a very vanilla, unset up template, but it's there. It's a website. It's got nothing on it. I've been working at the back end of it, but given your suggestion that somebody else do the graphics, I haven't invested any time in that, pending tonight's outcomes. I can knock together something simple very quickly, if need be, tomorrow. But if you're going to get somebody to, make it all nice and, like that OD website.
Well, you're talking about me because we haven't actually said that yet. But
okay. But in any case, the website is there. It works, but you wouldn't recognise it, and it's got nothing on it.
Just as it's a generic. This is a WordPress site or something, and you're welcome to your first page or something.
Oh, okay. So you've done that.
Yeah.
Well, it's sort of regressed. It's like Hell the Computer in 2001. It goes back to its,
Oh, okay.
Origin state or something. I guess is that how it is, Gary?
Yeah. It's only in the last couple of days that we've had that. The problem was not getting a website set up. That was easy. It's the
personal point of view. We should at least have something that just says OzApp site under reconstruction. Watch this space back soon or something like that.
That's fine. I can do that. I can do that first thing. But the problem was extricating ourselves out of Ventra IP, which we have now managed to do fully.
Oh, okay, because that was part of my thing. So does that mean we're autonomous? Because I mentioned my host people. Not that I have done anything on my website for about 3 years.
No, we've signed up with another hosting service.
Okay, all right, that's fine. Because that's what I thought was part of the problem, that the hosting service, I mean, if you're arguing with them, which is what you said on the email, well, then there's no point, is there?
No.
Yeah.
But
so
now
you're starting
with somebody, we're with somebody new. We're not arguing with them. I haven't had to argue with them for about 15 years, so I know them. And,
okay, that's good.
And the price is good, and we're trucking along with no content. But I can very quickly do some things about that tomorrow. But I've only just in the last couple of days. The problem was getting access inside of Ventra IP to repoint the servers, meaning that if you type in the address of OzApp, where would it show up? And for the last 2 or 3 weeks, it's showed up at Ventra IP with a thing saying this site is not operational,
which is not good. So we've made progress. Yeah, we've made progress. People now get something that tells them nothing, rather than telling them that. Rather than telling them that
that's right.
OzApp's off the air, which is relatively better, but
it's
probably something that says you've arrived at OzApp. We just haven't got much to tell you at the moment, but we're working on it and we'll be back soon or something like that. Would be pretty good.
What would it take, Kerry, to have 2 things on that website? Number 1, a button you click, it says October conference, and you click that button, and we progressively fill that with information about the conference.
Yep.
And number 2, membership, $99, pay here by PayPal.
Both of those things, I can have those up by lunchtime tomorrow.
And the third thing would be, the one that's always brought us undone, is where you log in when you're a member. So each person presumably would need to contact you and get a login number.
My hunch would be that that's probably second order or second priority.
Login is lower priority than getting some stuff up there.
Because it'll take work from Kerry or somebody else, and B because we need to get the message out to people, and they've probably got to reset up something or something like that. So there's a whole
information then.
Say what?
Conference information, I think, is the critical thing right now.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Well, in the past we've used Oz to create those pages, and I'm happy to go down that path if that's the best way to do it. If we're commissioning somebody else to do the main thing, I guess it's a question of timing, and he needs to do work with them or something. But that's, if we work with Oz, it's a known quantity, and he's done the job a couple of times before, and it's really a case of do what you did last time, more or less. If there's an argument that says no, we're going to go for a single provider of created web content, and if it makes sense that that person also does the conference content, I can go that way too. But if we want something quick on the conference, my way to go to Oz.
Okay, and you're the man. And in showing you ODA, all I was trying to say is, here's a group of people that have a very simple thing. There's nothing flashing across, constantly changing. I was just reflecting on our old way of the things keep changing. I was looking at another website the other day. Every time I went to click, a bloody thing had changed. And I was thinking, fucking shit, I'm just trying to read about this organisation, stuff you, and I clicked off it. So I think that's said, and we build it slowly, module by module. I can't wait for the time where we've got, Peter and I are talking tomorrow at lunch, just so much rich stuff he's got. Caitlin Fitzsimmons, if that's her name, last week in The Age, putting in this op-ed piece where Peter writes a fantastic refutation, that sort of thing being available, all in good time. Right now, people go to the website, they know there's a conference, and we start telling them about it.
Yeah. Can I interrupt?
I'm happy to stay with Oz if that's the case. Yeah, please come in, Peter.
Are we meeting tomorrow?
I thought we were having lunch tomorrow, but I can make it another day.
No, that's fine. It's just that I thought it was August.
Oh, okay.
If it's tomorrow, that's okay. I'll be there.
Tuesday the 3rd, Peter Geyer, 12 o'clock.
Okay. All right. I'll be there.
If that suits. So I'm free on Wednesday and Thursday too.
Yeah. I'm throwing my mother at the mercy of her Muslim doctor.
Thursday would suit me better if it suited you.
Okay. Do it Thursday.
Thursday would be great because I do have a couple of proposals, right? And it would be good to stay home in the cold. So Thursday at 12.
That sounds like you get up in the morning and dive into iced water or something like that.
3-degree walk. Okay, so it sounds like we're saying let's get a conversation going through Phil with Oz.
Yeah.
It's about loading up pages about the conference, but it's also maybe saying to him, Oz, can you just give us this is what we used to have, can you have a page that talks about OzApt?
Yeah, well, Peter's holding up British APT typeface. On the back page is my one pager that I created about our conference, and it's beautiful. But in the middle it says, go to ozapt.org.au and follow the links. And of course, well, last week if they did that, they'd just say, be told that we're out of business. And this week they're told, well, there's nothing here. So that's the urgent thing. So question for you, Kerry. If I commission Oz to create some page content, does he need to talk to you and or our designated web homepage designer about specifications and access permissions and all that kind of stuff? I mean, or can he just create something offline and it comes over and just it drops in or plugs into wherever it needs to go?
Either or. I can. If you create content that you want me to put on a site, I can do it.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, I just wasn't sure how much interworking there was about he needs to know
well,
half a dozen parameters about the platform we're using or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll talk to you about getting my email up, and once we crack that one, I'll be on to him and we'll get that going.
And he'll want to have a half payment up front. That's his usual modus operandi.
Well, one thing we did finally sort out after months of toing and froing was the bloody banking. Well, thanks to that AGM, the special general meeting and the resolution, and the bank putting us through all sorts of hoops after, checking that. They even checked ASIC, Andrew, to make sure that the person who the secretary signed off the minutes was actually on ASIC.
Really?
Yeah. I said, here's the minutes for the secretary. And they went up and they took about 2 weeks and said, we had to check ASIC to make sure that Andrew Manford guy was legitimate.
It's outside of the Royal Commission, isn't it?
They are A-grade incompetent.
Yeah, but look.
But anyway,
as we speak, I have money. We have money in the bank, and I have the power to pick up my phone and punch in some keys, and the money goes where it needs to go.
Fantastic.
So
that's fantastic.
Right.
Yeah.
But actually, just while we're on that subject, we're probably not following the agenda. But Kerry, PayPal. I tried to get into PayPal, and I put in the password, I had to remember the password there, but it said password not valid or something. Are you aware of any changes to the PayPal password lately?
No, but I can send you. I mean, I'm in and out of there, so I can update you on the. I'm just making a note here to do that.
Yeah, well, I might send an email afterwards, just as a aid memoir or something like that, a memory jogger, and because I'm hopeful there's money in there as well too, but I just couldn't. Andrew was asking for information about membership, and I did my best to do that, but it wouldn't let me in. So,
well, you've got at least 800 in there, because one of the things that's happened over the last few days is 7 people have paid $165 because last year they had an automatic payment from PayPal.
Okay.
And one of them is me. And I told everybody, make sure you adjust your PayPal to $99. You can't adjust. You have to cancel your PayPal payment.
I think we can do another one. We can do reference on this end, I think.
Well, we could. Each individual has to do it themselves, because I've set up an automatic payment to you.
Yeah. Okay, I see what you mean.
I have to edit it, but there's no way of changing it to 99.
Okay, all right. Okay, so there's money in PayPal, and through your good work, I know there's money in the Commonwealth Bank, and as soon as I've broken into PayPal, I'll collect that information. We'll just see where their membership is going. So I hadn't forgot.
I can tell you that at the balance in the PayPal account now is $2,578.45.
Well, that's a lot more than it was sort of a three-digit number of dollars last time I looked. So it's obviously there's been a lot of that's good.
Yeah.
And that being the case, we can pay. If I want some money, PayPal is his preferred method. We can just do PayPal to PayPal. It's the easiest way to do it. So good. Yeah. All right. Okay. Sorry, we're off the agenda.
If we were staying with the agenda, just because I think it does flow through. So Kerry's got us back online, sorting the website short term, logins and PayPal. I think, in a sense, what I'm hearing is those are lesser concerns, because I've been getting people to re-register, and I've been giving them direct debit. Phil and I worked out if they put subs in their name, so subs A. Mountford, Phil knows who it's come from. In the past, some people used to pay their subs and it was just an amount. He and I had to work out who I'd spoken to, who he'd spoken to. So we can reconcile all that in due course. So I think the second suggested agenda item, logins and PayPal, for the conference registrations and membership renewals. The membership renewals have been happening. It's just been, I said to Kerry today, this is absolutely tremendous. I have got a list of 32 people, many of whom some of them I've never heard of. Some I know haven't been members for 2 years.
Wow.
And to Peter's long list, and combination of sending out that note and sending it more than once, and we'll keep sending them, Kerry, through July to the long list. I reckon our membership's going to pass 50, including the life members, and we got down to a kind of 30 odd. So I think we're on a good track there. The longer term, to finish that off, Phil, you and I, is tomorrow a good day for you, or Wednesday, to have a quick chat about who you know has registered, and I can give you my list, and then between us, I can track through. You gave me a list last year of who was a member.
Yep.
Half of them haven't re-registered, so I will pursue them with a friendly email.
Yeah, okay. Well, just give me the day to do the PayPal thing, to get into PayPal. I mean, I'll get to the bank account now and look at those.
Maybe we talk Wednesday.
Wednesday, okay. Let's do that. Yeah, and
I'll record that. I'll give you a call, and then if it's not convenient, you can call me back. So that's looking very healthy. the new website. So there's two things. There's like, sounds like we're going to use Oz to get the website looking good. And then
to get the conference looking good. Yeah, I mean, if you want to use it for the whole thing, I mean, that's
and then we've
an
got
option.
a broader question of how do we get that website so that we, on any given day or week, can upload an article. We can say to our members, have a look at the latest article. We can have the first paragraph that everybody who comes to the website reads and they get intrigued. And then it says, click for more, and it says members only. So those are some of the ideas that I have milling around in my mind.
Sure.
Some stuff that's open to everybody to get them intrigued, some complete articles, and then some stuff that we start to show members value. Jane Kesey, Jill Chivers, and Imogen Lamport, the session that Peter organised, they've got an offer on. I phoned Imogen and said, could we give that to all our members, that special discount? She said, oh, you give it to everybody. I said, Imogen, please keep that quiet. I want to give that as a member benefit. So I've got to write back to everybody I've been speaking to over the last few weeks, especially the women, and say, here's the thing that would normally cost you $50, you can have it for $35 with this special code. So member benefits, I think we're going to have some good ones.
Phil, I've just emailed you the PayPal info.
Thank you, Kerry.
To AOL.
That's my job for tomorrow.
So I don't know what other people are thinking. That's how my mind is working. Peter in particular, I'm interested in your view because it's that sense of you have got so much, mate, to offer.
Yeah, I want to spend a couple of minutes on that. Partly because I did send everybody an email, even though I didn't get there, to say that I now have all of Ian Ball's stuff.
Yeah, we got that one, I think.
Yeah, I got it.
It was some weeks ago. It was before the whole thing crashed.
Yeah, don't know about that. The couple of interesting, I sent the email to actually say what the contents were. I've only had a glance at that. I want to inform the National Committee that probably 80% of the material that we have available is in actual fact mine.
Yeah.
That doesn't, this partly, I know Joshua got very excited about the possibilities of all sorts of things, but most of the material, and I'm sort of trying to organise these are the PDFs, the research and things like that. These are the things I've been collecting for about 20 years. Now, I personally have no problem in making that part of the type research unit or whatever we call, but Ian actually has a couple of research things, and then he's actually got separately about 90 PDFs, which I think are articles. I haven't looked at them yet. I've got 2,000 different journals here on a whole range of things. And I'm just sort of trying to sort it out. I've got about 1,000 MBTI articles or just handouts or something of that, probably a little bit more than that. Several complete books, because you can be lucky and download something for free. The bloke who made up what Linda Behrens calls her interaction styles, which is the bloke who invented Wonder Woman. I've completely irrelevant to type in my view, but I've got his book. If anybody's interested in that, I've never read it, but I've had it for a couple of years because you could download it for nothing. So there's heaps of stuff here. It would take me a couple of years to actually sort it out, but that's actually my problem, not the association's problem, in that if people actually want to contact me and ask for things, I'll look for them. So I'm looking for emotional intelligence and type articles for Fusai at the moment, because I promised I would a couple of months ago, and I'm finding all sorts of bits and pieces. So there's a whole range of things, and a lot of it covers sociology and psychology and assorted other bits and pieces that I think are relevant because that's the way I think. So all that You don't have to go into detail with that, but all that is kind of available. And my idea was not only what Andrew has said, say if I write something, sort of like the article that was in The Age during the week, which actually could have been written at any time in the last 20 years.
Mm. Oh, well,
almost the same
there are precedents for it. Yeah. It comes around every few years. Someone.
Yeah, and they reference people like David Pittenger who can't even write an article, let alone be truthful in it. But people on the type side don't read the references. You know, so it's that sort of thing. The other component, which actually relates to the publisher, having gone to a meeting as an alumnus, I've never done a course with the publisher, but it doesn't matter, I'm an alumnus. And the thing that got me, because I know Cameron reasonably well, and what's his name, who calls himself Doctor a lot.
Martin Bolt.
Yeah, it's always Dr. Martin Bolt in the emails.
It is.
So
yes.
Yeah, that makes him the equivalent of Linda Burens, who was very good. Martin takes himself too seriously. They are salespeople. Now, anyone can actually, I learned this ages ago, anyone can teach an accreditation certification program. You don't actually need to know much.
10 minutes?
Okay.
10 minutes will just mean a break and straight back into it, just so I can put together the videos. Yeah.
I was wondering what you're doing.
Do we have
anyway,
to click again?
You will have to, yeah.
Okay.
Right. I'm just going to finish my sentence. That's all I want to say. These guys are salespeople. I think they're terrible salespeople too, by the way. And to a certain extent, that's all they're supposed to be. And if we get our act together, and it'll take a while, we can at least provide information for people that might actually be interested in learning something or finding out something different, something controversial. I'm being published in Typeface next month too.
Good.
I wrote something on Saturday.
Right.
Mainly to upset people, but that's probably not all
accomplished.
And that's great, Peter, because can I just give you an example? Today, I received a message from a woman called Karen White in Adelaide, and she's in a senior nurse education place somewhere in Adelaide. So if we could find stuff around nursing and type and contact her and say, you might be interested in this article. I've discovered a woman in WA, in Kelmscott, not far away from Kerry, who runs a business called, where is it? The Emotional Intelligence Institute.
Oh,
so if you're doing stuff for FUSI, you know, you could say to that person,
but that's
hey,
Rachel Green.
Rachel Green, yes. Well done.
Yeah, I know Rachel. There is heaps of stuff on nursing. If you want me to look for that, I'll do that over the next couple of days.
We'll talk Thursday, because I'm finding out a bit about some people I haven't known.
Yeah, there are actually a couple of specific articles on nursing and type.
That's fantastic, Peter.
What's on the agenda that we haven't talked about?
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got the conference update, and I'd just like to ask one question about membership.
Yep.
The question is this. I made a captain's call the other day. I thought the fact that the Carwitts, Andre and Alicia, come to all the conferences and they both pay, I thought, why are they both paying a membership? So I said, look, just give us $99 to cover the both of you, both coming to the conference. Mel and Ivana will come to the conference. Mel might not. There's only two other couples involved in our association. And I was thinking, there's Sue Burney in South Australia. They're going overseas for several months. Coming back, she's saying, I want to come to the conference. And I'm really delighted. My husband, Barry, wants to come too. Should I get him to be a member now or later? And I'd love to go back to her tomorrow and say, Sue, don't get him to be a member. We'd welcome you both at the conference. You'll both be paying and you'll both get the member discount.
Yeah. Member discount and member partner discount, I think that's fair enough.
Yeah. And I think it's really great that we've got all these people who are coming in. Oh, the other ones were the ones you know, Peter. Not Bollinger.
Gillanders.
Gillanders. So they've said we're registering
from the deep north, from Darwin, a frightening
place. We're registering as Biz North. Wow. So they're basically saying we're registering our business Biz North. So that's 4 couples, and I reckon $99 a couple puts them on side and keeps them in.
Yeah.
And gives us a chance of getting 2 people to the conference with the maximisation of the.
That's the payoff, isn't it? Yeah.
That was my only other thing to raise. So
okay, well, I guess my question is, when the 10 minutes is up, or 5 minutes, or whatever it is now, is there stuff we need to come back and talk about, or have we actually scratched the surface or broken the back of the key things we needed to talk about tonight? Okay.
For me, the main thing now is I'm saying to people in my email, when you come to the conference, several have come back and said, we're looking at our diary. And I've said, as soon as the website is up, you'll get further details.
Okay, that's good. All right, well, that's definitely a hot priority. Kerry, do you want to talk to me about email setups tonight or tomorrow?
I can.
Yeah.
After we finished here, we can keep it open. I'll just start it again.
Yeah. You and I log back in, and we can talk about that if that's the easiest way to do it. Yeah. Okay. When it's easy for you, mate. I don't know how much effort it is. Yeah. Okay. Good.
Yep.
And I've got a nightmare begun today because I think my Techo people have stuffed up. I've got to follow that through tomorrow.
Yeah, FYI, I went into your email account with the information I sent you, and it just went in beautiful, seamlessly. Yeah, okay. There's a few emails in there you may not want.
I know. It's a very rude one from Diane Edwards in New Zealand saying she tried everybody 4 times. Obviously, you do not want me as a member. So
no, this was more about resolving problems with erectile dysfunction.
I've been getting it
for a Freudian
conference. That's fun. Freudian conference. And I saw the Theosophical Society is being bulldozed, Peter. But that's an aside. We'll talk Thursday.
That's a unit.
Okay.
It's a purple building.
I think we're okay. Peter Geyer, are you able to use your OZAP email, or are you preferring Peter Geyer at Peter Geyer?
I don't have one.
I didn't do one for Peter. I specifically not him or Fusai, because neither of them wants one.
Yeah, so, I just want one. I had enough trouble with Synergy and all that. Yeah. So at least with one email address, I get everything, including erectile dysfunction ads as well. That's another thing.
So Fusai and Peter, I've just left with their own. If anything came up, like for example, if we establish a Vic Taz at OZAP, I'll just redirect it to Peter Geyer at
I want to suggest, seeing you've brought that up, we should forget about Taz. I did make a comment on a previous email about this, and maybe Gabriel Papanello thought about it because he was a Telstra person.
I'll plead guilty to that one. I was the one who
it was the in thing. Yeah, it was the in thing in the 90s.
Well, we're just saying, we're this and that. We're not just Victoria. We wanted to make people in Tasmania feel like they had something to join.
And I agree with that. I know that Sue White and Owen Hall went down there to do something, but it was never. I mean, Mary never went down there. I went down there, and Dan Foster. Okay, so there were never, and there's north and south, so it's a little bit too difficult. But the woman that was on our local committee, who Andrew might know, I can't remember her name, the NFP woman, scattered as hell, nice person, but they're not actually going to do anything.
No.
Probably neither of the Victorians, but that's another thing.
Yeah.
How many minutes we got?
About half a minute. Half a minute.
Phil, you and I will talk Wednesday. Peter, you and I will meet Thursday.
Yes.
And I feel like we're getting there at last. Thank you, Kerry, so much for getting us there in the end.
No worries, mate.
And the focus now is the conference and getting as much advertising.
Absolutely.
And then a secondary thing, we'll be talking about our friend who's offering to do some work on the Twitter and LinkedIn and Facebook. But maybe we'll leave Terry Conlon with you Phil to talk further with.
Well, Terry, we didn't talk about Terry, but yeah, but right. Conference 3 months from tomorrow, pre-conference day.
Yeah, we'll make it. It's going to be a goodie. Good day, folks.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, all.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Auf Wiedersehen. Phil, stay online.